Therefore, I fain would consecrate a lay. Fain means I'm glad. Consecrate means declare as holy. Lay means song. So here the poet openly says that I wish to consecrate a song unto the honor. Unto means towards. Thy honor. Thy means your. Your means here she addresses the tree. So I am glad to consecrate a lay. That means a sacred to devote a sacred song to the honor of this Casurna tree. Because beloved of those who now in blessed slave for I repose. For I means yes, the very same Casurina tree that was loved by her own beloved. That means beloved brother and sister who are no more. So they are in repose. Repose means rest. So they are in rest in peace. So the only reason for the consecration or the tree as declared as holy because of her intense love towards her brother and sister, because they loved that tree so much just like herself. Dearer than life to me, again she says they were dearer to her more than her own life, and they were, alas, were they, so they were so dearer to her more than her own life itself. So here also we can see the intense love, the bond that existed among the three children. So here we can see the tree as a symbol of their friendship. So the tree as a symbol of their own friendship. So and just like her own deceased brother and sister, she loved that Casurna tree and her own motherland so much. So all these details are described or included here. Again, here we can see the change of tone from despair to hope, that of the poet. So up to these lines we can feel some despair in the mind of the poet, whereas here we can see the change of tone from despair to hope. So mayest thou be numbered when my days are done. So there is the hope of the poet. Mayest, that means thou means you. You may be numbered. Numbered means considered. So mayest thou be numbered means you may be considered when my days are done. So when my days are done means when my days are finished. That means after my death. So she wishes to make the tree immortal, or to immortalize the tree. Even after her own death, people may remember this tree only because of her honoring that tree. With deathless trees, that means deathless or immortal trees. So those trees also may be considered as immortal, just like those in Borodale. So students, you remember the importance of Borodale. So Borodale, that is a valley in the English Lake District in England. William Wordsworth has immortalized the trees in Borodale by describing them in his poems, especially Ode on Intimations of Immortality. Here we can see the description of the yew trees of Borodale. And here the poet wishes, just like Wordsworth immortalized the yew trees of Borodale, this Casurina tree also may be immortalized through her poem. That is the intense desire of the poet, under whose opal branches, and she again says, under the opal branches of this tree lingered. Lingered means existed pale fear, trembling hope, and death the skeleton, and time the shadow. That means all those tragic memories of the death and decay of her own brother and sister. And though weak the verse, so As a humble poet, she admits even though her verse means a poem, is a weak one, that means not of high quality, that would thy beauty pain. So she wishes thy means a your, that means the Casuarina tree's beauty may gladly remain through the poem that uh, she uh, she made in honoring that tree. Or pain rehearse. So she hopes that may be a pain repetition, and her strong or her intense hope, that is, may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. So love defend. So love of the poetess towards that Casuarina tree, that may defend that tree from oblivion's curse. Oblivion means a forgetfulness, from the curse of forgetfulness. So that love of that tree, or love towards that tree, poetess intense love towards that tree, may defend that tree from oblivion's curse, even though her poem is a weak one or having some drawbacks. Her intense love towards that tree, that may remain in that poem, and that strong love that may protect that tree from oblivion's curse. So that is a strong desire of the poetess. So anyway, we have uh, went through a beautiful poem by our beloved poet, Indian English poet, Thurudar. And I think you can remember the meaning or the major ideas of the poem from the first stanza to the fifth one. So let us recapitulate the meaning of the first stanza. So here we can see the huge massive sized Casuarina tree, and the python like creeper upon that tree. And here the poet says the tree wears that python like creeper. That means there we can see the beautiful picture, just like that of a woman wearing crimson flowers and a scarf upon her head. And here also we can see the description or the theme that those of the foreigners or people abroad, they have an objective view of India as a land of snakes and creatures. So that is better presented by the poetess here. And we can see the admiration and affection of the poet towards her own mother country. So her mother country is so powerful and massive and so proud. And the tree, that is a very symbol of mother country, it wears the culture, its culture and dignity. And the adorations or the decorations of the tree, that means that of the crimson flowers and the beautiful scarf, that enhances the dignity of a female. And we can see the symbol of friendship here, and the tree symbolizes mother country and also that of friendship. And the record or human record of time, and there is a lament on the human record of time. So there are minute details of the occupants of the tree in the first stanza, and there is the comparison of water lilies and snow in second stanza, and the sweet memories are painful. So in the third stanza we can see a chain of pleasant and painful thoughts or painful memories. So that continues up to the fourth stanza. And in the fifth stanza we can see the description or the change of tone from despair to hope by the poet. And there is a romantic tone also in the poem. So the poem containing autobiographical elements and elements of environmental elements, that means tree as a source of life for birds and animals, and even tree as a source of consolation to the grieving heart of the poet. So because of the loss occur, brother and sister, she is so much grief-stricken, and the tree is a source of consolation for the poet. So these are some of the important themes and the symbols that we can see. And there is figures of speech like metaphor, simile, personification, etc. throughout the poem. Especially in the opening line, we can see the beautiful simile. So like a huge python. And in the next expression, so the giant wears the scarf. There we can see the metaphor. And again in the third stanza, the water lilies spring like snow enmasked. Again, in the fourth stanza, we can see the personification of earth when earth lay tranced in a dreamless swoon. So, we can come to the appreciation made by the famous critic Dr. Iyengar about this poem. In the organization of the poem as a whole and in the finish of the individual stanzas, in the mastering of praise and rhythm, in its music of sound and ideas, our Casuarina tree is a superb piece of writing and gives us a taste of what Toru might have done and not the race of her life being so quickly run. So we can see how beautiful the appreciation made by Dr. Iyengar. Hope you enjoyed this poem. Thank you.